Hello everybody, my name is Tim, and on screen right now we have good old Mad Tina, because I'm here to do a quick show off of some of the various things you can get in the Wasteland Workshop DLC that just dropped today. Now I will say before I start that I have not built everything already, mainly because I have run out of resources and therefore can't. So I'm only showing off a small amount of what is available. Not an awful lot more than the teaser trailer, but hopefully I can explain some of the stuff that's going on, how the odd thing works, and show off some of the stuff in the crafting menu bar for other things that you can do. Right, so first off, the bit that everybody seems to be most excited about, crates. If I just scan around here. Oh yeah, it's a traffic light I've set up, don't worry about that. I'll come back to that in a moment. We have a whole bunch of crates being modelled by Z95 down here. And now this is not the full range. This is only probably about, I'd say between a quarter and a third of the amount of crates you can actually build. Probably closer to a quarter. I believe, in fact it may even be less than that. I think pretty much every creature in the game you can build a crate for. I've got down here a wild mongrel, ragstag, gunners, raiders, and something else that I can't remember. It's probably Brahmin, or it might potentially be Mylurk, maybe. I honestly cannot remember what it was that this is for. It's on the side, it just says danger. Literally all it says on the side says danger, and that is just a piece of God knows what down there. There we are, danger, don't go in here, there's gonna be a monster inside. Does it actually say anything on the top there? Oh right, rad. Ah! Rad Scorpion, I think that is. So it must be what I've built. I wasn't paying a lot of attention, I just built whatever I had the resources for. Rad Scorpion! Now with these, you have to build a device called I think it's a beta transmitter. Just pop into my crafting menu here and go to, I think it was under cages, there we are, and miscellaneous, yes, beta wave emitter. So creatures released from cages while this is turned on will be non-aggressive towards you and your settlers. So if you want to have Deathclaws or Rad Scorpions or Ragstag Does or any kind of creature you want to basically be a defender of your settlements, you can do so. Just set up a whole line of cages, preferably with some kind of tripwire so that they open up automatically when someone gets close. A couple of those nearby, and boom, creatures come out. They're non-hostile to your settlers and yourself. Probably will still be hostile to whoever is nearby. Can't confirm it, but that's most likely what it is. Device I've placed over this side, the nice little traffic light thing, that is a break time signal. So basically it's this nice little thing. It's just somebody's just nobbled together a whole bunch of traffic lights from intersection, and you can turn it on and off. The quick time beacon, there you are. Turn it on and off. There we are. It's now green. That says it is quitting time, which means everybody stops doing their jobs and generally just bums around or comes over and hangs around here. I don't want people to stop doing their jobs, not that there are many jobs around, so I'm going to stick it back to red. And all these are powered by my various generators. There is a brand new generator you can make in this, which is the fusion generator. Again, unfortunately I haven't got the resources for it, so I can't build it. But I believe it pumps out quite a lot of power, and I don't think you get a fusion core from it. It would be a bit weird to build it and then get a free fusion core whenever you build it. That would be strange. But yeah, basically the way these cages work are when you build them in a settlement, if you sleep overnight or move away from the settlement, then there is a chance that a cage will be populated by whoever it's designed to go in there. Be it monsters, raiders, dogs, and yeah, you have got one where you can literally have a cat. You could populate an entire settlement if you want, just crate after crate of cats. And just let them out and let them roam around, and they're fine. I would point out, however, that while the various monsters and creatures of the Wasteland can be set as being non-hostile with the beta wave emitter, raiders and gunners cannot. They will be hostile to everybody, no matter what you do. So these are really situational. And by situational, I mean if you're going to build a gladiatorial death pit, that's about the only situation you would want them in. So from there, let's just walk over to the showroom that I've built up over here. Now, you may be thinking initially, that's a bit of a crap showroom. It's just lots of standard wooden bits of wall stuck up everywhere. No way to look in unless you're looking at the water. Yeah, that's because that's more kind of a look out more than a look in thing. But before we get there, first thing we come across is the garden that you can now build. Technically I think you've got enough slots for 5 or 6 or potentially even 9 pieces of food on there, depending upon the size of the food and how tightly you can squeeze them together. You might be able to get 9 on there. I believe the advert shows you for 4. I've just put 4 down here because it was easy enough. Just 1, 2, 3, 4 in the corner. Done. Next to that, we have the powered water pump. So, like the water purifiers you've got over in the background there, this thing, you stick it down on concrete, and it acts like a basic water purifier. 3 power, pumps out 10 water. So, those settlements you've got that don't have a supply of water nearby, you don't have to go and build 100 hand pumps just to have water there. You can now build a couple of them and get the equivalent water out, which is nice. Yeah, I got another one of these here, just powering it because I had butt tons of these left over from the fort, which I've disassembled from up there. And we come across to the entranceway, which I've left open. And another thing that was shown off, the decontamination arch. I'll just stroll in there, press the button, stroll through, and switch it off. It was a bit funny for me first time I operated this. Unfortunately I was in the middle of a rad storm when I first turned it on, and I was curious how it worked. Nothing happened. No radiation went away from my character. I just sat and gained rads from the rad storm. Rad storm passed, I turned it off, walked away, walked back, switched it on, and it just got rid of all my radiation in a single blow. It didn't kind of slowly degenerate, it just went bam, gone. So, I don't know if it's designed to do that, or if it's just a result of rad storms. Still, in we go. We have a nice sign here saying, caution, hazardous materials inside. First thing you do when you walk in here is you get confronted with some lovely faces. Now, again, I will double check for you. In fact, I'll double check right now. I think some of these are in the base game. They are under the wall decorations. If I just sit over here and go to decorations, wall decorations and mounted creatures. So you see it's got a little plus next to it, which means there are new things there. Most of the stuff might be new, it might be new. So you've got various things you can mount on the walls, like a Brahmin if I wanted to. I could literally just, I've still got enough parts for a Brahmin. I could literally just nail a Brahmin's head. In fact, what I will do over here. Bam! 1 Brahmin. That's not new though, that's old. See, there's no plus next to it, plus next to it. So there's various different things you can do. I'll just have to go out here so you can actually see them. So you can have a cat, Deathclaw, Dog, Feral Ghoul, Glowing One, Gorilla, Hound, Mirelurk Claw. Again, that's old one. Mirelurk Hunter, Mirelurk King, Mirelurk Queen, Morat, old one. Mongrel, Radroach, Rad Scorpion, Rad Stag, Mounted Stingwing, which I do actually have on a wall over here, but I can put another one up if I want to because I've got a lot of Stingwing meat on me. Or the final one, a Yowguy. So yeah, I mean you can put a few extra animals up on here. As you see, the more you kill, I do especially like that one. You can just freak people out with the amount of ghouls you kill. And if I just zip back to the ghoul head, hang on, I'm going to have to angle out here so I can actually see what I'm looking at. I think I might have gone past it. No, here we are. You need 2 wood, 2 cloth, and a single skull. Doesn't have to be a ghoul skull, can be any skull. Any skull you find lying around, as long as it's a full skull. And that one just needs some glowing blood pack as well. So should you want to, you can literally mount your wall with the heads of your fallen enemies. Anyway, enough of the displays. We take a nice stroll over here. See, this is why it's all nice and light coming in. That's why I did it like this. Do you fancy some art? Because there is brand new art available. You've got various cubist style of art there. You've got impressionist art. You've got post-war, post-nuclear war art with various different interpretations of atomic explosions, along with just splurges and stuff. I'm guessing that's what's left of people after that happens. Yeah, so there's various different types of art. You can literally, like I say here, you can cover an entire wall in art, and that's not all of it. There is more there. But also on this floor, this was going to be the arena, but again, I didn't fancy throwing people in here. But you have a red post and you have a blue post for building an arena. You can build it any way you like, any size you like, but literally you can put down, I think you can put down as many of those as you want as well. You can assign villagers to red team or blue team, and when they're on there they'll instantly be hostile to the person on the other team. So should you be a sadistic bastard, you can assign an entire village worth of settlers to have a fight to the death in front of you for your own amusement. Or you can just stick everyone in the blue team and have a crate of raiders and throw them in. It's your choice. But you can already see up top here, this is handmade art. This is all basic kind of artwork. But if you don't like those art, there is other art. If you go up here, we have portraits, and these I'm assuming are, well, they look pretty pretty famous-ish art to me. I mean, that, I'm guessing that's probably supposed to be Napoleon over here. But you also have art of actual in-game characters as well. That, I believe, is actually supposed to be Father. He's the other guy from pre-war, whatever his name was, I forget. And you got a lady over here again. I don't know her name. And yeah, so you got various things. But yeah, again, there are more than just what's here. As I say, I just ran out of resources, and more importantly, ran out of wall space to actually put things on, because I've done other things on other walls. This floor is not all about art though. If I ignore the stuff to my right for the moment and go over here, and this is me attempting to wire up to the outside power source, failing and just sticking my own generator in instead. This is the various types of neon signage you can get now. So various different colours: white, red, orange, yellow, green, blue and purple. I've just put that down there. Again, they use steel. Steel was the thing I had in short supply. I ran out, so I just built one of every colour as an example. Do require power to go through, and you have a open sign as well that you can build. You have every letter in the Roman alphabet available here. plus some punctuation and all the numbers as well. So you can literally write anything, spell anything, put any kind of number you want on there, and it's fine. You don't. It's not even kind of limited to must clip onto a certain point. You can literally have it running however you want. You can have it running in a big circle. It would look weird, but you can do it. And this is another lighting device that is available, the oversized Nixie tube. And you see, you can have it as different numbers. So again, it's a different type of lighting device you can have. Just mount it on the ground and display different different numbers if you want to. And other ones do snap onto the side, so you can have an unbroken line. I, of course, only built one. I only wanted to give it an example. Right, over to one of the more important parts, the trap room. Now, you see here, I've got a few things laid out. These are pretty much the limits of the traps available. There are other trap triggers you can get, but this is mostly it. Over here we have simple traps, which also double up as stairs. You can mount them. You can walk on them if you want to. It's fine. Two different types. We have the remote activated and the pressure plate activated. This one requires power. As you can see, it's got a little power point up there. You can link that up to a pressure plate or some kind of delay signal or switch, which there are available, and have it so that when people go within, say they cross laser tripwire, you have a delay after that, and then this will activate. This one literally is people have to walk on it, and it stabs them in the shin. I took very little damage from that because I've turned my game down to easy for this demonstration. It will do more on the harder difficulty levels. But, saying that, it is a very basic trap and quite easy to avoid. If you don't step on that pressure plate, you are fine. And if I go over to the window out here, you can see there is a very large pressure plate outside, and that is because that is a floor spike pressure plate. Walk on that, spikes come out the floor, stab you in your feet. Bloody painful. Or at least I'd imagine so. I don't think I haven't actually had Mad Tina walk on it yet, so I don't know how much damage it does. Over here though is something that joins up quite nicely to that. If you have that inside, you now have access to a trapdoor, which as you can see opens quite close when you get to it. You can drop down, land on that thing, get impaled, and all you have to do is kind of try and find your way back up. Quite a nice combination. Or you can link it up to this, which again is one of the favoured traps that is displayed on a trailer. If I crouch down, because I've put the activation point underneath the stairs here, yes, will it let me onto it? Yeah, there we are. So it basically just rotates backwards and forwards with some nice saw blades. But if you step off, bang, there you are, stops instantly. So again, it's oh balls. See, sometimes you don't even notice the trap's there, and I put it there. So yeah, the saw blade trap, again, it's a bit blatant that it's there, but it doesn't take up a lot of room, and you can put quite a few of these together, wire them up to a tripwire. And in fact, if I go into my inventory again and I say going to power, under here you've got various things you can do. Like you see, you've got your pressure plate, your laser tripwire, you can link that to a laser tripwire. You can have delayed on switches also linked up to them, interval switches so they constantly switch on and off, and power counter, which means it switches off automatically. So you can put various different these things with it, so that somebody walks over the tripwire or the pressure plate, then it doesn't switch off straight away. It will just kind of keep going. Or potentially you could have it wired up to a switch, and so you know people are coming in, you've got one entrance set up, they have to go through them, set them up staggered, and you literally just sit on one side, hit the switch, go around the corner, and watch those gunners run through some saw blades to try and get at you. It's all an option. But if I walk up here to the third level, we have new building materials. First off is the powered door. So it's not a door you physically open, you have to link it up to a generator, which I've got here, or potentially a generator and a switch in order to open it. Now if I just scoot around the side here, I will show you. There we go. So at the moment it is open. If I switch off a generator, choom, there we are, door closed, nobody can get in, everyone is perfectly fine and safe inside. This of course is wonderful for all those times when you've tried to build yourself a little safe haven and have all your little settlers in there, but the moment a raider turns up and you say, oh no, everyone's going to be safe inside here, raider just walks up, opens the door, and he's in and shooting everybody. This will prevent that. Raider won't get through it. They'll literally sit there and go, can't do it. And that link does only go on one side of the door as well. In theory, you can build over the top. If you leave the skybox open, you can come over the top and build a switch on that side to open it as well. But I feel it works better as a one-way entrance to basically block things off. Now if I stroll around this side, you can see we have concrete building materials. So yeah, people, myself included, get a little tired of just the wood. This is apparently a wood, even though it's metal. Same old wood floor, wood walls, wood roofs I haven't actually put on. You can now build concrete, along with concrete stairs, two different types, the long stair and the short stair. Concrete tiles, you have standard long ones, you have curve, you have corners, you have window box ones, you have doors. So it's everything you need to in order to build your own outdoor fallout shelter, basically. Just like large concrete walls everywhere. Dogs are shouting outside. And the final thing I have actually been able to build over here are just a couple of decorations that you can build now. A couple of extra chairs. I think that's a new chair. I'm not sure about that one. I just built that one anyway. You can have campfires. In addition to the dog bowls, you can now have cat bowls. And all those candles you see when you're going into the Museum of Witchcraft, you can build them as well. But that is a fairly quick look at the various different things you can build. There is more than this available. If I just scout out and once more into workshop mode and scout all the way across here to structures, in miscellaneous, I think it is. Yep, you've got standard stuff from picket fences, I think, which is where you get your cages and various spike poles from. Should you wish to, though, tents, you can build your own bus. Don't like a bus? How about building a trailer? You can literally, this is wonderful now. If you want to do, if you think, I want to make a really atmospheric place. I want to do something like Starlight Drive-In, but get rid of all the cars. I want it just to look like a bus yard, and everyone's going to be in buses. You can do that. You can literally, providing you got the steel, and it takes 20 steel per bus. I'm not quite sure what the difference is between these two buses. Might just be colour. You can literally just build a settlement out of buses. Nobody's going to complain. Except maybe the people who live in the buses. But that's, you know, for you to deal with. But there you have it. A relatively quick look at the various different things that are available in the Wasteland Workshop. Is it worth it for what it is? Depends on who you ask. I would say certain parts are. The walls, for example, the concrete walls, they would have been so useful for me in the early game when I was constantly running out of steel and I had a butt ton of concrete everywhere. I would just gone, right, I'm just going to build concrete walls. That would have been so useful for me. Different stairs to add variety you've got down there, different doors. I would have loved those doors from putting up in Raiders there. In fact, I probably will, in all my settlements, I'll probably start building those automatic doors. Traps, depends if you've got the skill for it. If you have, then yes, they may well be worth it. If, like me, you're not that skilled at using various power cables and tripwires and stuff, then no. Lighting, purely aesthetic, but then all lighting is purely aesthetic anyway, along with the various paintings. Down floor, the arena, again, I don't know. The arena potentially could be a good place to farm experience if you have combined the arena up with a lot of crates and cages that you have over there. Then you could potentially build yourself a area where you can, between missions, you can literally just go and butcher raiders and gain a whole bunch of experience for it. Or, like I say, you can just pit settler against settler. It's a fun gimmick, but again, it's not really for me. Radiation, the actual archway here, however, I find very useful, especially on Mad Tina here, because she, her run, her It's Not Real run, means that she can't use any kind of Radex or Radaway. So instead of just having to constantly go to the doctors constantly to get a radiation reduction, I can now build decontamination arches in all my settlements and use them. Also, when survival mode gets updated, they will be amazingly useful because drugs have negative effects on them. I believe the anti-radiation ones reduce your susceptibility, or increase your susceptibility to viruses and diseases, which the decontamination arch probably won't do. I can't guarantee it won't do. I've not seen anything suggesting it won't, but I have a feeling it probably will not. But still, there you are. A nice little look at the various things available. There are more on there. I will most likely do a longer video once I have all the resources available to build a full-sized demonstration room with absolutely everything in it. But until then, well, until either then or the next piece of DLC drops, I'm going to wish everybody a very good night. Goodbye.